I had the chance to interview Dolly Parton at Dollywood, and I was first interested to find out what she was most proud of out of all of her many accomplishments.
Well, I'm proud of every achievement. I love seeing dreams come true. I love planning, but I have to honestly say I'm as proud of Dollywood as anything, that I've ever been involved in. And through our foundation, the Dollywood Foundation, we have our Imagination Library where we put books in the hands of children. Started here in my home county, and then it went all over Tennessee, then into Canada, now it's all over the world. So we give out books every month to kids from the time they're born. They get a book once a month until they start school. I'm proud of every single thing I've ever been acknowledged for, because it makes you think, well, hopefully I'm on the right track.
I then wanted to know what challenges she faced as a woman in her industry.
Oh, I think all women in all industries have had problems with not being taken seriously or taken for granted or being perceived to not be as smart as. I never fell for any of that. I've had my share of those things, but I always used my own femininity as a strength. And I just, I would always say, I would think, you may think you're going to take me for granted, but you're not.
Being such a successful woman, I wanted to know if she had any female role models.
Well, there are lots of wonderful women. I look up to anybody that knows what they're doing, that take pride in what they're doing. The strongest women in my life were in my own family. My mother was a very strong woman. She was very talented. She was very perceptive and very loving. And my aunts, I really relied a lot on my aunts on my dad's side and my mom's side. So the women in my life were really relatives. And Ann Richards, she was someone that I absolutely loved, and I identify with her so much as a person. We got to know each other. We used to have dinner together now and then, and when I would come to Texas, we would laugh our butts off because we had a very similar sense of humor. We grew up basically the same way. But I loved her, and she was someone that I looked up to and admired very much.
The class of 2016 is now moving on to big chapters in our lives, and with that in mind, I wanted to ask Dolly if she had any wisdom for her 17 to 18-year-old self.
Well, I think people often ask me if I have any advice. I always say I don't really like to give advice. I'll give you some information. But I think the main thing, there are rules to everything. And that old golden rule that they talk about, that's always good. You got to be courteous. You got to be nice. You got to know who you are. So many people get caught up in other people's cliques and in other people's groups, thinking you have to do something a certain way to be accepted. But I personally think your real strength is inside you. You can follow along with a lot of things, and you can follow in a group as long as you know who you are and as you don't follow a wagon off, as they say. Don't just trail off and not know where you are when you wake up. So always just kind of stick to your guns, know who you are, and always, take pride in who you are, and don't do things that might make you feel less about yourself, because then you start to deteriorate. So just follow the golden rules and just be your own self. Don't try to be somebody else. Great. Well, when you're my age, what do you hope to have accomplished? Think about that. That's a lot of years for you.
I was honest with her, saying I wasn't really sure what I want to do yet. I'll be going to Sam Houston State University in the fall of 2016, so I'm sure I'll figure something out there. But I did tell her that I hope to be happy in whatever I do, and to that she had some nice parting words.
Well, try to be happy, as I said, but you do need to, and you've still got time because you are young. I think a lot of people try to force a lot of things on themselves, and that's not really who and what they wanted to do. Of course, you got to make a living while you dream till your bigger dreams can come true. But you need to decide what that is you do want to do and then stick with that. So I wish you well, whatever it is. I wish you much luck and much love in your life. Yeah, thank you.